All right, boys and girls, today we have vowel houses again, but we have 3 houses to sort our words into, not just 2. All right, at the very top of this paper up here is where you're going to write your name, fitting it in the spaces. So now that we have practiced a lot of our capital letters, I'm hoping to see you remember how to make the capital letters in your name, and then remembering that the rest of the letters are lowercase. Some of those lowercase might be short, some might be tall, some may go underground. I want you to think about your letters in your name. All right. So today's vowels that we're going to make our houses in, this first one, we're going to have to listen very carefully. The first one is eh, eh, D's echo sound, eh. It is an E, so I'm going to go straight across, up and over, down and around. I'm going to make an E in that roof. So only words that have that eh sound go here. The next vowel house, I. Sounds very close. Eh, I. Eh, I. Close, but they are different. The I is in this one. I. Eh, I. And in this last one, I want ah. You're right, it's the letter O, starting at 2 o'clock. So I have I, ah. All right, I'm going to give you a word. Are you ready? The first word I'm going to give you is it. It. There are 2 sounds. Let's say the sounds. It. 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 It does go in the I house. So I'm going to start off. The first sound was I. So I'm going to start with my I, which is short, and my second sound, it. So I'm going to start with my tall T. It. We fit it in its right space. All right, the next word is hot. Say hot. All right, let's say the sounds together. T, hot. Do it again. T, hot. Do you know which vowel house it goes in? I, hot. You're right, it goes in the O vowel house, and the first sound was h. So I'm going to start tall. I'm going to come down, trace it up to the dotted and over. I know it's an O because I'm in that vowel house. Hot. And I need my tall T. Hot. 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 All right, here comes my next one. Get. Did you get that last word? Get. All right, let's say the sounds in get. I want you to practice saying them with me so you can hear the sounds. G. T, get. Let's do it one more time. Listening for that middle sound. G, t, get. Which one says eh? Listen carefully. Eh, I, ah. The E says eh. You're right. So we're going to start 2 o'clock. We're going to go around, up, down, underground for my G. Now I know my E is in that house, and then my tall T. Get. All right, here comes the next word. This one only has 2 sounds. It is on. We are going to write on the paper. Say on. All right, let's say the sounds in it. On. One more time, say it with me. On. Which house? I, ah. You're right, I heard ah in on. So I'm going to start with the ah, 2 o'clock for my O, and then I heard n. So I'm going to start at the dotted line, and I'm going to go down, trace it up and over for the letter N, on. All right, this next word I think you guys are going to remember because that was one of the first words we learned is the word red. Say red. All right, let's say the sounds in red. D. Red. Let's do it again. D. Red. Did it say I, ah? It did. It said eh. And if you remembered when we learned our color poems, it was R-E-D, R-E-D. So we knew there was an E in red. All right, so I'm going to start with my R. I'm going to start at the dotted line. I'm going to go down, trace it up and over. I'm going to go straight across from my E, up to the dotted, down and around. And my D, red. I'm going to start 2 o'clock, around, up tall, and down. Red. All right, here we come for the next word. Did. Did you finish writing that last word? I hope so. Did. Say the word. Let's say the sounds in the word. D, I, d. Did. D, I, d. Did. Did it have an an I, or an ah? It had an I, d, I, d. I have the same beginning and end. So d, starting at 2 o'clock, around, up tall and down. Then my I. And now d, I, d. I need another D. 2 o'clock, around, up tall and down. Did. All right. Ready for my next one is men. The men were working outside. Men. Let's say the sounds, and we're listening for I, ah. N. Men. Say it with me. N. Men. I did. I heard an E. That's an E. So I'm going to start with my M here. I'm going to start at the dotted line. Remember, we don't start from the bottom ever. Start at the dotted line, and we're going to go down, trace it up to the dotted and over, trace it up to the dotted and over, trying hard to fit in the letters in your space. Then we're going to make your E, and then the N. Again, do not start from the bottom. Start from the dotted line. Down, trace it up and over. I hope you're thinking about how we're making these letters. We're writing words, but this is also handwriting time. So you're thinking about how you're forming your words and your letters. Men. All right, the next word is not. Can you say that? Not. Do not start any letters from the bottom line. All right, let's say the sounds in not. N, ah, t. Not. Let's do it again. N, ah, t. Not. Did I hear an I, ah? N, ah, t. I heard the ah. So I'm going to start with my N, which is my N. I'm going to start my pencil on the dotted line, down, trace it up and over. I need my O starting at 2 o'clock. And I need my tall T, and put the little arms across the middle. Not. All right, here comes the next word. Big. Can you say that? Big. Let's say the sounds in it. B, I, g. Big. Say it with me. B, I, g. Big. All right, I heard an I in big. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go, the B is tall and has a ball. So make sure you go down, trace it up and around. Then my I is short. And then my G, starting at 2 o'clock. Around, up, down, underground. Big. Look at all those beautiful words you've written. Now, look at this is not separated down here anymore. That line does not come down here anymore. This space here is for us to write a sentence. So we're going to put these words together and we're going to build a sentence. So listen to my sentence that we're going to build. Did it get hot? It's actually a question. Say it with me. Did it get hot? Let's count how many words. Did it get hot? I had 1, 2, 3, 4 words. So my first word was did. Do we see the word did here? I have to look at my I. There's the word did. So we're going to write that word first, but remember in a sentence, all sentences need to begin with a capital letter. So I don't want this lowercase d. I need a capital D. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and I'm going to come straight down to the ground, pick my pencil up. I'm going to give him a big fat Santa belly. D. And then I'm going to finish writing did. I'm going to make my I and my lowercase d. 2 o'clock, around, up, down. Did. Now, the next word was what? Did it. Do you see the word it? It's also in the I. You're right. Did it. It. There it is. Did it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger down. Remember, I need a space between my words. Space between my words. If you didn't want to use your finger and you want to use a marker or a crayon, you can put that down. And make sure it comes after the last letter in this one. And you can write it. So I'm going to make a lowercase I and a lowercase t. It. Look at that. There's a beautiful space. Did it. What was my sentence? Did it get hot? Did it get hot? So my next word is get. Again, I could put my marker down. I could put my finger down. You always have your finger with you so you don't have to go running off saying, oh, I need a marker. So you always have your finger with you. That's the great thing. Did it. Now we're going to write get. We're going to write the G-E-T. So the G, I'm starting at 2 o'clock, around, up, down, underground. I'm making my E, fitting underneath that dotted line, and then my tall T. Did it get hot? So now I'm going to write the word hot. Again, I need my finger spacer. I'm going to start with my H, which is tall, down, up, and over. 2 o'clock for my O and my tall T. Did it get hot? Now it's missing one thing. My sentence is over. It's actually a question, so I need to put an end mark. We've learned a lot about putting a period for an end mark, but this is a question, so people need to know that is a question. So we're going to put what we call a question mark at the end instead of a period. So a question mark looks like this. I'm going to make, it looks like a backward C on top of the dotted line. So it goes a backward C and then a little line straight down, doesn't touch the ground because the dot is going to touch the ground. That is called a question mark. That means I'm asking a question and I would like an answer. Did it get hot? I want you to read that. I want you to practice reading the words. After we write them, this is a great time to practice blending some sounds together. G, et, get, ed, red, en, men, it, d, id, did, ig, big, hot, on, ot, not. Did it get hot? I want you to try to practice reading. That's a perfect chance to practice sounds, the letters, the sounds, blending them together. I want you to practice reading those words after. All right, great job, boys and girls. I can't wait to see your paper.